Hi guys, it's Laree, and today I have a DIY sewing machine repair for you. I am replacing the broken bobbin winder in this Pacesetter by Brother PS1250. If this video brought you to my channel for the first time, welcome. Sometimes I have videos like this where I demonstrate a sewing machine repair. If you are new to sewing, I have several other videos that help you get started. You can check them all out in a playlist right up here. So this machine was given to me. It's a secondhand machine. They let me know it was an older machine and that it still worked. It just had a broken bobbin winder. So I have the repair part here, and I'm going to show you how I take this machine apart, replace it, and put it all back together again. All right, guys, let's get started. Here's what you're going to need to do this repair. You're going to need a screwdriver with various bits or different screwdrivers. You may need an extension to get down into the lower parts of the sewing machine. This is magnetic, so it fits all of these different parts. To get those screws out down in the lower parts, you'll need a long tweezers, and then you'll also need a flat screwdriver here. I have masking tape here with numbers on it, and I will tell you why this is very helpful. And then to protect your work surface, once you start to take out the screws and the metal feet of the sewing machine are exposed, you're going to need something to cover that up because it will damage your table or whatever you're working on. What I'm actually going to use are placemats to protect my surface today. So here's the machine, and we want to be able to open this up and get to this part where this broken bobbin winder is. These machines, the plastic body of them kind of fit together and kind of snap together in a certain way. So take a look around the machine and kind of get an idea of which pieces are going to come off together as one to start to get an idea of which screws you're going to take out. I'm going to start on the bottom. So here's a tip for you. Only take out the screws that you need to take out. Don't necessarily have the mindset that I'm going to take all the screws out and open this thing up. Just inspect the machine and make sure you're only taking out the screws that you need to get this body open. So now I'm going to grab my masking tape. Okay, this is how I'm using this. So this is one here. And when I take the screw out, I will put it on the tape like this, and I will put it right there. So that's where the numbers come in to really match the screws to where they belong. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. So now I'm going to take off the bobbin plate, and I'm going to use the flat screwdriver for that. Those are removed. It looks like my next move needs to be here, 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 and here to get this back panel off, and then to hopefully get the front panel off as well. Let's take this off. So now we can see the bobbin winder, and it looks like the front needs to come off as well. So let's start working on the front. Now that the front and back are off, we can see this bobbin winder, and it just comes out. We can see that there's been some damage right here to the tire. You can also see bits of it around this side, some black bits from it being shaved off. And so let's take a look at the new bobbin winder and the old bobbin winder. So we can see that the top of the old bobbin winder broke off. And then of course the tire on it is worn down. So we're going to take this one out and we're going to replace it with this one. So we can see that there are prongs on here, and these prongs actually fit into this piece right here, these two holes. There's one on top and one on the bottom. And then there's also a tiny hole right here, and that is where this spring attaches. That's where you get kind of like that swinging and clicking kind of a feeling when you go to wind the bobbin. It's pretty hard to get this in here and into those prongs. It's actually very hard to get it in there without taking off this part. This whole piece is anchored down right here and over here. Now that I have those two out, it actually comes out completely. Just as long as when I put it back, I fit it over the holes for the screws, I'll be okay. Okay, let's start to replace this part. So first, this needs to connect to this spring. So I told you that there was a little hole right there, and we're going to put that on top of this hook for this spring. Okay, we're gonna make sure that stays on there. And now these two prongs along the top and the bottom there, they need to fit into these holes. So let's work this around and just work it in there. You're gonna get a little bit of resistance. You're gonna start to get some resistance from the spring, but make it all work in there. There. Got the top in. Now let's work the bottom. Nice. And there it is. Let's pop this in. There. Now that we have the piece in, let's plug it up and see how it works. So, awesome, it works. Now what's left to do is to put it all back together again. Remember to pay attention to your numbers and follow them and put all the screws in the same place where you got them from. Here's a tip to help you out when you're putting the body of the sewing machine back together. You can use masking tape to temporarily hold some of those moving pieces together until you get the screws in. This also helps when you put the handle in backward and you need to make little adjustments along the way. You can easily remove the tape and put it back in place. And that's it. That's how you replace a broken bobbin winder in a sewing machine. So today, guys, I'm going to end this video a little bit differently. I'm going to dedicate this video to a friend, my church family, Carmen. We got the news yesterday that after a tough battle with COVID, she went on to be with the Lord early in the morning. And I didn't want to do this video. After that, I didn't want to do anything. But I began to think about how much she supported me through all of my sewing. When she bought a secondhand sewing machine, she came to me to inspect it and to fix it for her. And when she wanted to learn how to sew, she came to me for lessons. So if you're watching this, I hope this is for you. You may be in the same position as her family or as her friends, like me. You may have lost someone. And I really hope that you can take comfort in knowing that pieces of your loved one are in the hearts of so many people who are still here. Memories of them, of how they touched their lives, memories of them, of how they brought their life joy. And so I want to end this video today by dedicating this to who we affectionately called Sister Carmen, and share a piece of her with you. I hope to sew with you soon. Here you go.
Okay, so I continue where I left off,
Mm-hmm.
and I just today was a good experience because I'm learning my first steps. I need practice, but what I did today is I made a skirt. I learned how to put a needle together, how to put the thread together, and I'm learning the machine, and it's becoming my best friend now. Okay.
Cool. Yay.